wowstead.com is the website.
That's who I'm going through. It'll be on a hosted
Perfect.
server, so I've already paid for the subscription and everything, so it's already done deal. I just got to get it where everybody can see it.
If you have any questions, give me a shout, because my other guild, the European one, uses that as their page, as what their provider, if you like, as well. So being that I was GM, I've pretty much done everything on it.
Sweet, 10-4. Yeah, it's a nice deal to do. So I just kind of goofed around with it last night and got us up on it. So, but you can't. Nobody can go and look at it yet. That I know of. I'm sure you can. I just haven't figured it out. But Q, when we get done here, maybe me and you can talk for 15-20 minutes, and we'll see if we can get it rolling where everybody can see it.
Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff on it. We can have like a forum and all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, I give us up on the premium package. We're good to go. So that's something that I just contributed myself. So because I want people to see it, maybe we can maybe it'll work out for the better for us.
Yeah, I wanted everybody to know. Here lately, last few days, I've been going through a roster and everything, and did a count. Sure, it's not accurate, but as far as I can see, we have about 65 actual members in the guild now, which I think is great. I thought it was probably a lot less than that, which is 45% of our guild are actual members.
That's awesome. Hi Saint, by the way. Haven't gotten a chance to speak to you in some time. How you feeling?
Oh, I just woke up from an old man nap, so I'm kind of groggy.
I'm all 1%. I got coffee today. I'm all happy.
And we do have an air show going on again today, so if I don't hear what everybody's saying, it's the Blue Angels flying over.
Haven't seen them since I was a kid.
Are they still flying the F-18s, or did they switch planes again now?
No, they're still flying the same ones. But I'm surprised they're flying today. They're probably 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a beautiful day here, finally. So, sorry I was late, everybody. That server time screwed me up here.
We forgive you.
I appreciate that. Got a beer for you.
I would love a beer.
I don't know if y'all discussed it yet, but on this roster thing, if everybody would go through, I know there's probably 20 people that are marked as alts in there that don't have an actual main character marked on them. If they're not alts, then they need to be marked as recruits, and that way I can keep a better track of exactly how many members we have, and we can keep up with if we're setting up something, we can actually go look at the people that are on and see who their actual mains are, and invite as needed.
I just want to throw something in here about the raids. Talking to a bunch of different people within the guild, it seems like we are kind of going way over time with our raiding, and I believe it'd probably be best, I don't know if it's been mentioned or not, if we cap our time at 3 hours from start to finish with raid, no matter where we're at. Just 2-3 hours and call it, so people have time with their families and whatnot.
Yeah, my wife's gonna hit
Yeah.
that rage timer soon.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was going to talk about here tonight before we go. I'm out at 3 hours. A couple of the other raid members that I've spoken to are out after 3 hours. Now, the people that want to stay, they can continue, but I think that you lose focus after 3 hours. And it's a proven fact that people get punch drunk, so to speak, after so many times of doing the same thing. We're in repetition. So, and if you notice that a lot of guilds that do have raids on a normal basis that are set up for 3-hour time spans, I believe that should be enough time to do a complete raid if everybody is geared and knows the content.
Yeah, 3 hours is pretty standard. It actually should be enough to do the Cataclysm raids because they're quite short. It would never be enough to do something like Old War back in the day, but you would always do it over the course of several days anyway.
Yeah,
Man,
and I agree. So tonight's raid for all of the members that are going to be there, it will be capped at 3 hours at least for me. And I know that a couple other people are going to bail after 3 hours to keep their minds fresh and be able to spend the rest of the afternoon or evening with their families. So
I already talked to Coop about this, but I have quite limited time this evening, so I can start the raid and go for as long as I can, or if there's another tank through some miracle that we have found who wants to go in my place, then that's obviously fine.
Alright,
is
I'll
there
be
any way we
right
can...
guys.
I was gonna say, is there any way we could, like, designate it a set break time as well? I know it's kind of like, sometimes, oh, I gotta, we sort of get these chain reactions of breaks where, a couple people go, then a couple more people go, then a couple more people go, then somebody's got to get a potion, and then 15-20 minutes goes by. I was thinking maybe every hour we take a designated 10-minute break. Everybody goes, has a grid, potty, whatever, gets their food, then comes back.
that would be acceptable.
The guild chest now, so you don't have to run for anything.
I'd say probably a 10-minute break once an hour would be acceptable. I believe that, that's fair. I mean, most business meetings or any meetings you attend, be it union hall meeting, any of that, you do have a 10-minute break, usually once an hour. I think that's probably a fair and adequate time to get up, stretch your legs, do whatever you got to do.
I think it would just speed up the process at times, because we end up kind of sitting down, people start drifting off and missing fight explanations, and if we're only going to spend 3 hours, we could probably be more efficient with that time, I think.
Another thing I'd like to bring up is we need to be more efficient with our the use of flask and whatnot. Currently, I only know of 2 people, mainly one, that's helping to supply the bank with flask. And I noticed, like, yesterday's raid, flask were being used left and right, and I don't know if it was overusage or if people just aren't paying attention to the timer. The flash lasts an hour, whether you die or not.
Having a set break every hour will help with that, though, because it means you're not wasting your flask time. It also makes sense because of the trash response.
Yeah, that's agreed. And every time that I post up an event that I'm going to set up, I'll have a set of raid rules that I'll have posted that everybody can see before they either accept or decline, so you'll know what's expected of you as that time sees fit. I know that most of us are getting to the point, I won't say most of us, I know a handful of us are getting to the point where everything else except for raids is mundane and stagnant. So that's kind of the position that I'm in right now. Most everything that I need from the game has now become part of going through raids to get it. So I will be posting quite a bit more events when the time for me